Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So just like magic, my brows are done. So starting off for an eye base, I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer just to even out in my skin tone. And then as a base, to make it long wearing, I'm going to be using the Revlon Colorstay in the color 702, I think it is. It is just this coppery. Now in the jar it looks super warm, but when it comes on, it kind of comes on a little ashy, so you know. But then taking my Fortune of the Brave palette by Makeup Revolution, just taking these two medium brown shades, I'm going to be blending that eyeshadow out. Then deepening it up with just in the outer corner and the crease with that dark chocolate shade. Blending all of the edges out and then going in with the black and further deepening it up. And just going back and forth until it's as dark as you want. And there's my dog making his little appearance. Now moving on to glitter primer, I'm just going to be using the NYX glitter primer. It is by far my favorite. And then going on to this Revlon glitter and eyeshadow kind of duo. I always saw these at the drugstore and I really thought they were nail polish. But it's actually really good glitter. The only downside of it is it takes forever to dry. So I just apply a very nice to the inner half of my eye. And then to kind of set that on top, I'm using this Tanya Burr bronzy glitter. But what would also work really well is the NYX ones as well. But I'm just going to tap that on top. Then using a little dense brush with this medium shade, I'm just going to be blending the top edges just to make sure that it's not looking too choppy. Now using an angled brush with some concealer, I am just going to be cutting out the outer corner, which will give me a nice base for my winged eyeliner. And for my winged eyeliner, I'm actually using this Essence pen. It only cost me like $2 and it is by far my favorite. Honestly, it's so pigmented and I really think I like it even better than the Kat Von D Trooper. It's amazing. Now I'm just wiping off all of the glitter because it went everywhere, and I'm going to be using the Kiss Faux Mink lashes in the shade, in the style Midnight. They're super fluffy and I adore these lashes. For my foundation, I'm going to be using the Amazon Clay Foundation by Tarte in the color Fair Beige, and just buffing that everywhere. And then to make it look even more skin-like, I just take my wet beauty blender and I go over that. Moving on to concealer, I'm just going to be spot covering with my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and then highlighting underneath my eyes using my Tarte Shape Tape again in the color Light. Moving on to cream contour, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hill cream contour shade with these two. One of them is Fawn and the other one I can't remember, but I'll leave it linked down below. With this fluffy little Wet n Wild brush. I have recently gotten back into the whole cream contouring again, and using this brush just makes it so easy, especially for summer. So I just rub that on and then I go on and pat it out with my beauty blender just to blend it out. Now taking my RCMA no color powder, I'm just going to be setting it underneath my eyes with my beauty blender and then taking a large fluffy brush to just set the rest of the face. And then I'm going to be warming up my face with the Sonia Kashuk Little Warm Glittery Bronzer. It is so pigmented, so I had to pull it just a little bit and then I blend it out. But it just gives a nice glow for summer. But to really contour, I'm going to be using, as always, my favorite Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. and then blending it out. Moving on to nose contour. This is really how I've recently loved to do it. This is just using the e.l.f. fluffy brush with my Physicians Formula bronzer, and it just, to me, I really liked how it looked. Moving on to my under eye, I'm just going to be doing basically the same steps that I did on top, excluding the glitter. So I'm just going with the medium shades and buffing it underneath, and then going with the dark brown shade and buffing it underneath, and then taking the black. I smoked it down pretty far just to even out the look because it is dramatic on top. And I'm just taking my felt tip eyeliner and I'm kind of tight lining with this. If you have a kohl eyeliner, that would work too. And then I'm adding my bottom lash mascara, which is, as always, the Lash Sensational. Moving on to highlight, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. highlighter. I actually really liked it. It just took several coats. Like, it's just not one swipe and go. But I think it's in the color Midnight Pearls, I believe. For $4, it is pretty phenomenal if you ask me. Just taking some on my inner corner as well. So moving on to the lips, at first I started with the Tanya Burr Pink Cocoa lipstick, but I just felt like it was a little too warm and a little too ready for this look, and I just didn't like it. So I wiped it all off, and then I went in with the Essence Cool Nude lipstick, and I just ultimately liked it way better. On camera, for some reason, it's still showing up a little too red, but it's way cooler and just, yeah, cooler. Moving on, just to set my brows is the last thing. I'm just taking the Essence Make Me Brows just to set my brows to make sure that they do not move. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. I love you guys. Bye!